Hey guys, and welcome to today's daily drive. We've got myself and Joel here. We're on our way to Albert Park, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a mini doco on the idea of being a phenomenal parent. And you know, parenting's something that I've always been interested about. Growing up, I was in a very interesting family that was, you know, had my dad that was into some pretty bad stuff. Same with my mum, and it wasn't exactly the most stable household in the world. And on the same topic, on the same, I guess, idea as that, they also tried really hard to parent well. And so, you know, myself and my sister have both come out not too bad. We're not drug addicts or anything like that, so that obviously shows some good signs. But then on the same token as that, I've got friends or people that I grew up with that grew up in great families, meaning that, you know, they were given everything support-wise, financially, and then the kids have ended up getting into drugs and just living in these terrible situations. So I've always been very fascinated by the idea of what does it actually mean to be a good parent. And obviously, if you look at the average parent, what they're thinking about and what they're usually driven by, a lot of the time when they grow up in situations that aren't that affluent, their goal is, okay, cool, how can I actually provide a life for my kids that I never had myself? How can I spoil them? How can I buy them a house or make sure they've got more security and they don't have to work? You know, there's no pressure financially for them. But from my point of view, and this is a bit of like a smackdown of the truth, if that's your goal at this point, then it's more about you than it is about them. And what I mean by that is, if you're striving to succeed financially and be the provider and, you know, have this amazing life just full of wealth and abundance and give everything to your kids and, you know, make them appreciate you and all that sort of stuff, that's actually more about you than it is about them. Because the key to being a phenomenal leader and a role model, and I'll be honest with you guys, that was my driver as well. I don't have kids right now, but one of the number one core drivers that I have is to be a good role model and a phenomenal parent for my future kids. So a lot of the actions that I take now are relevant to, you know, I know that my kids in the future will look back at who I was and go, yep, that's appropriate, or this is what's possible, that's what's not possible. Because whether we like it or not, being a phenomenal role model and a phenomenal parent is actually more about leading by example than it is about giving resources. And so I'm really interested in this idea that for you to actually just be a good parent, it's not about passing on a legacy that you wish you had and you didn't quite make it work, so you want to help them make it work. Being a good parent is, you know, going past and avoiding the odds and just being a role model yourself. It's like you need to make it work, because every single thing that you do gives your kids permission to do the same. So if you have a troubled upbringing or you struggled in your life and then, you know, you use the excuse that, oh, you know, I was doomed from the start, but my kids will be different, it's not going to solve the issue. You need to step up and go, cool, doesn't matter what happens in your life. If you hit an issue, you can get through it. Because then if your kids hit an issue, they go, oh, cool, well, my dad was, you know, or my mum was brought up in this situation and she still made it work. And I've got this roadblock at the moment, so I can do it. Or if you had a dream and your dream was to go out there and, you know, you had an idea that you always wanted to put out there, but you never had the courage to do it. And so you just stayed doing something you didn't enjoy in your life and you never truly lived. You never chased and followed your dreams. And let's say, for example, you've got a daughter that wants to go to America and, you know, go to college there and live this amazing life. You're giving her permission to say, look, even if you've got a dream, you know what, it doesn't matter. You know, people don't always achieve their dreams. Exactly what you do in your life gives people permission to do the same. And when you're being a parent, I believe the crucible behind being a good parent is to be a phenomenal role model. So I want you right now to evaluate the different areas of your life, you know, starting with the big three: health, wealth, relationships. You know, if you give yourself a rating, and Dan Sullivan once said, all progress starts by telling the truth. Be really honest on a scale of 1 to 10 in those three areas. What would you rate yourself at the moment? And if you were to look honestly at those figures, how would you feel about your kids knowing that that's where you're at? if you're giving them permission to also be at that level with your health, wealth, relationships. Health being not just fitness and nutrition, but mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, sleep, hydration, all those areas. So you stay fit and healthy for a long time to come in all areas, not just nutrition and fitness in your body. Secondly, relationships being more than just you and your romantic relationships, but your friends, social, you've got your family that count as those relationships, you've got your work relationships, all those areas as well. And then wealth, not just being about money, but your career. What do you actually pursue and go out there? How do you form freedom within your life? So if you give yourself a rating on those 3 areas on a scale of 1 to 10, where would they be? Would you rate yourself an 8 maybe in relationships, but a 4 when it comes to wealth? Because you never went out there and pursued what your dream was to pursue. And I want you to look at those figures and just honestly see, how do you want your kids to look at you? What ratings would you want your, even if you don't have kids right now, your future kids to look back at you and see those ratings? To show them that it's possible, you'd obviously want them to all be 8 and above. So the reality here is that you've got 2 options. You can either live your life in a way where you're stuck in fears, doubts, insecurities, dreams, but never actually making them happen and giving your kids permission to do the same, or you can start to live your life from a place of abundance, a place of adventure, a place of love, a place of truly giving. But it's your call and it's your choice. And if you want to live from that place of success, true happiness, and you want your kids to be able to grow up with all of those attributes in their own life, then it starts with you. So we're literally about to go out right now. It's raining outside, so we're going to do our best to film this little mini doco on parenting. But guys, my stretch for you right now is rate yourself. Be honest. Call yourself out. If you're not being your best, start to actually chase your dreams. Start to live the life that you want your kids to live, and give them permission to do the same. But it all starts with you. It's about you being a role model. So that's it for this daily drive, guys. Wish us luck for this doco. Hopefully the rain stops. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Peace out.